it's a very weird gospel, because normally when we hear the gospels, we hear what Jesus did and what Jesus taught us. But in this gospel, Jesus is not here. We have only the tomb, the empty tomb. And we have three disciples: Mary of Magdala, Peter, and the beloved disciple. But Jesus is not here. And for us, this is very important, because the empty tomb is not just that, but it's a symbol for us that believe in Jesus. For this, the gospel ends with this sentence: for they did not yet understand the scriptures that he had to rise from the dead. We don't have experience of the resurrection. We only know that Jesus promised that he will rise, and we know that Jesus now is full of life and is present among us, and is not just present but is active among us. All these things were promised by Jesus when he was in his early life. So we know that Jesus rise, and we know that he can offer us a life that is better than us. It's a full life. So the problem for us is what we can do with Jesus. We accept him, we refused him, we just let him have this life and allowed us to have our own life. The gospel introduced us three different approach to the resurrection of Christ. The first one is Mary of Magdala. She loved the Lord and went to the tomb early in the morning, but as he didn't saw his body, he came out quickly with a conclusion, and she thought that someone has stolen his body. We can be like her, think that this is the resurrection is just faking news, something that someone told us, but is not true. We can have this approach. We can have the approach of Peter. Peter acts like a policeman. He went to the tomb and he saw different things that used to belong to Jesus, and he take notice of that, but he couldn't make a conclusion. He couldn't see nothing that except the few things that were there. So he stayed in this situation. But we can be also like this disciple that he knew by his own experience that Jesus loved him, and the love allowed him to discover what others cannot see. The love allowed him to know that the word of Jesus were true, that Jesus is alive, and he believed. We can be like these disciples. And for this, the gospel asks us if we feel the love of Jesus. If you remember last night's gospel, the gospel said that Jesus loved us up to the end. So the question is, we believe that Jesus loved me up to the end. That means without any limit. We believe that because this love is the one that allows us to know that Jesus is alive and that Jesus gives us his life.